Good afternoon. This is Omar Michel here in San Diego, California. Over the weekend, somebody asked me in conversation, when did you learn that your daughter had autism? And I will never forget. It was actually during COVID when everybody had to have social distance. And when it was lifted, we saw some dear friends of ours. We all had a party at somebody's house, a gathering, and two friends of ours, a married couple, have a daughter about 6 weeks younger than our Dahlia. And she comes over to me and says, hi, Uncle Omar. And I'm saying, hello, how have you been? Wow, you've grown so much. And she starts having a conversation with me. And then my mind just stopped processing. The world just stopped like a movie, like somebody hit the pause button. And I thought to myself, Dahlia doesn't have a conversation with me like this. It was the biggest moment for me at that time where I realized my kid's different. And I had nothing to compare her to, nobody to compare her to during that time because it was COVID. We hadn't seen other people in a very, very long time. And so we decided to get her checked. We took her to a speech therapist. The speech therapist saw her. He says, I can give her some exercises, some throat exercises, some jaw exercises, and some therapy there, but she's talking. This is actually cognitive. And once again, somebody hit the pause button on my life, and I'm thinking, this is a lot bigger than we expected. So then we go to a psychologist, they do some tests, and one more time, my life hit the pause button for a third time, where the psychologist says she's definitely on the spectrum. At that moment, I remember I asked my wife to get out of the room for a moment because I did not want to break her if the answer I heard was not what we wanted. After she stepped outside, I asked the psychologist, will Dahlia ever live independently? And without blinking, the psychologist said yes. When she said yes, I was relieved, but we knew that there was a long, long journey ahead of us. We're glad we started early. If you know anybody that has a child who's a little bit different, encourage that person to reach out to me, and I'm happy to point them to some resources and support, because there's no reason why the parents or an older sibling of someone on the spectrum has to go through this journey alone. And that's why I'm promoting this race on April 11th, the Race for Autism with Team Dahlia, supported by the camp. Not only supporting the research and the resources, but to let people know that there is support. There are, other parents that have gone through that journey, and it is a spectrum. Some, parents need more help and more resources than others. But the key thing here is that you don't have to be alone. So if this is something new to you and you see that journey ahead of you, reach out. I'm happy to help. Meanwhile, know that there's a race coming up and I'm raising funds. My goal is $8,000, hopefully 10, but my goal is $8,000. Every little bit helps. Ounces turn to pounds, pennies turn to dollars, and together we'll make a difference. Thank you very much.